What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about a fragrance from a French house, I believe, Etat Libre d'Orange. And I know nothing about this house other than they make some really unique stuff and they got some unique bottles. So, um, give me a second and we're going to dive right into this, hopefully, banger of a creation for you guys. Strap up.
Okay, turn it for two. I watch that head move side to side as I let this in into the room. You are on time, let's connect minds. Trying to get into a mood. We gon' be fine. Close up the blinds, no rush. Finish the food.
All right, welcome to the show. I am your host, the Scent Bubble, and we're on late this evening. I'm getting tired, but we are going to power through this. From the House of Etat Libre d'Orange, this is Remarkable People, courtesy of the 22 ml Discovery set that I bought for 25, 35-ish bucks. Amazing steal. Definitely recommend if you are in the fragrance game for the journey sake. You can't lose with 20 fragrances for 30-ish bucks. Without further ado, let's dive right in. It'd be nice if I knew how to spray a fragrance. There we go. Remarkable People. Let's see if there's any story behind this. It's got a really unique bottle presentation. Launched in 2015. No real story behind it. Okay. I really love this smell. However, I will say it smells of a really good shampoo. It's almost like when you go to a foreign country and you're in a upscale hotel that, because you're in a foreign country, maybe the dollar's weaker or something and you can get a really fancy hotel. This might be like some upscale shampoo. This smells like a shampoo. When I was at this 5-star resort here in Arizona, I was shocked to see that Byredo was the manufacturer of all of the shampoos, conditioners, and lotions in the hotel. This smells like something Byredo would make. And it's surprising to the house because typically their creations are very off beaten path. Some of them are normal, some of them are not, but they always kind of have this tint of uniqueness and differentiation between them and other houses. But this smells very clean, very modern, very hair shampoo-ish, hotel shampoo-ish for women, leaning. I'm sure this is going to be marketed unisex. Yeah, it is. It seems somewhat fleeting though. I wonder what the performance is going to be on this, but it's kind of this kind of citrus, light spice, floral, aromatic style to it. Let's switch over to the heading here. We've got almost a 4 out of 5, so that's really good. Quite a good sample size. 3,000 people have voted on it. And it's considered a Oriental Spicy. I don't really think this is Oriental Spicy in the same way that Spice Must Flow was when we tried that. But let's see what's in this. Grapefruit, champagne. See, champagne is what I get. That luxurious kind of white floral champagne-ness. But the fruity touch to the champagne is by grapefruit and cardamom. We have black pepper, which you don't really get too much of at all. Curry tree and jasmine. And then in the base, sandalwood. I get a ton of sandalwood in here. For me, this is mostly a jasmine sandalwood champagne fragrance. It's nice. It's clean. It's airy. It's a beautiful scent. This is for my women who don't like to be projecting and pushing boss chick energy. This is just confident, classy femininity. I do think it's ageless, but it even in some ways has a soapy shampoo cleanliness to it. But it does have a good enough tint to where I feel like it's not just, you're not just going to smell like a shampoo. It does have fragranciness to it. Longevity looks moderate, so you'd be lucky to get about 6 hours from this. What do they say that this is like? Anything familiar? 1804 a little bit. Ball to Freak. I get that a tiny bit, but no way. Collector's edition from Offnon. Wow, that's crazy talk. Yeah, no. Anyways, let's roll back out. This isn't going to be too long of a review. I think as a fragrance, this is giving me somewhere between a 7 and an 8 out of 10 vibes to it. And the only reason I don't give it an 8 is because it feels fleeting. You know, after that spray, the opening is really pleasant, almost like a Bonnie level projection. But then it kind of fades really quickly. Now, if I put it on skin, that probably won't be the case, but just judging by everybody's critique of the projection and longevity, this seems very like 4 to 6 hour sweet spot range, which is okay. Maybe to ramp this up, you put a lotion under it, a coconut lotion or a coconut oil based essential oil, and call it a day. Again, white florals, a little bit of champagne tinge to it, and that sandalwood, that smooth, creamy, airy sandalwood. I don't decimal stuff, so I'm going to round down and go 7 out of 10, but I can see this being like a solid 8 out of 10 style fragrance. Ageless for women. I do think, despite the fact that they said it was unisex, this is a women's fragrance, no question in my mind. Any season, any reason, ideally with a breeze and something under 80 degrees. Yeah, just don't wear it in super high heat. In the cold, I think the cold would absolutely absorb this to no end. So decent, you know, this is a Cali weather, beach weather, hotel weather type of scent, pool party type of scent. You know, it's light occasions, you know, something very casual, playful, but it still has a kind of upscale quality to it, but it is casual. It's, you know, it's like a rich person's casual, it feels like to me. It does feel a little bit better than your Bath and Body Works stuff just due to the champagne feel to it. It feels a little more luxury. Alternatives to this, oh my gosh, there would be tons. But if you ever wanted to get into Byredo just for that kind of clean, pretty, expensive feel, I definitely think, you know, this is worth getting for sure. It's not the moon and the stars. I'm not saying that at all, but it is a quality, perfectly balanced scent that, you know, with a lotion or an oil, this would be a very nice dumb reach for a woman to grab. She's going to feel fancy, pretty, clean, and a lot of women want that. They don't always want to be bombastic and vanillic and spiced and overly floral. You know, there is a such thing as I don't want to walk around smelling like the Garden of Eden type of vibes. So this is really good. I think it was very well made. Price point on this, I think, is around $200, but on discounters, price it somewhere around the 120 mark, like a Mancera or something like that. Definitely get your nose on it. It's quality. It's there. It does its job. It's not super unique, but it's very good. You know, this is that thoughtless beauty, you know, has a necessary place in somebody's collection. You know, we don't always want to think really hard when we're putting on fragrances. So with that being said, this was Etat Libre d'Orange's fragrance called, the heck was this called? Remarkable People. The bottle was cool. You know, again, here's the bottle real quick. You know, nice, simple, clean bottle. But yeah, great fragrance. Let me know in the comment section, ladies, if you've tried this. Again, I think the price point of the Discovery set is like no questions asked. You should be trying every fragrance from this house. So if you're looking for a dumb reach that just has a lot of versatility to it, I think this could be something you could jive with. So with that being said, hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, peace.